Let's take a minute to talk about that noise that came out of you just before we started.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was just doing my vocal warm-up.
Oh, didn't realize your vocal warm-up was to sound like a screaming goat.
I'm sure it sounded beautiful.
I mean, I guess someone thinks trolls are beautiful, right? I didn't say you were a troll. I said you sounded like one.
Uh-huh. Isn't that better? So, good early morning, everyone. It's about 3 hours early than when we would normally record on a Saturday.
Yeah, but we're not live, so they don't know that.
Oh, yeah.
We could be live, but we're not.
One day we might.
It would be nice. And we also should record video at some point.
At some point. I feel like I have something stuck on my teeth.
See, that's the kind of thing that people on video would notice. And they could point it out to you in the comments over and over again.
I'm sure they'd point out more than just that.
Yeah.
Just saying. People are ruthless.
Yeah, they are.
Like, I watched that one video of that funny mom that we like watching, Tatum.
Oh, yeah.
On TikTok. It was her responding to some dumbass comments about a birthmark or something that shows up on camera that I never even noticed. Who's even looking that hard? Nobody cares. She's funny as fuck.
She is funny. She's hilarious. Did you see the one where she was talking about her daughter? And she was like, look, I just want everyone to know, I make fun of everybody. That includes my daughter.
No, I haven't. I need to catch up on her videos.
She's like, but it's okay. Because she's funny as fuck. She's ruthless. She'll dish it right back. So, how was your week?
My week was tiring. My week was short, but tiring. Because I had Friday off.
Of course you... Was it this week that you also didn't go on Monday and Tuesday? Or was that last week?
No, that was the week prior.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. I was dead those 2 days, okay?
Oh, okay. You're back to life now, though.
Yes. I'm back to life. And I had to gruel through 4 more days of regular school.
No, it'd be 3.
Before I was off again. No, it was 4.
You were off Monday and Tuesday.
No. I'm talking about this week.
Oh.
So, yeah. Okay. After last Monday and Tuesday, I had to gruel through 3. Then the weekend hit. Yeah. And then it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Off Friday.
Yeah, so in other words, she hasn't worked a full work week for 2 weeks.
For quite a bit, yes. This is true. They are really spoiling me. Like, low-key, I'm very spoiled as an employee. So I appreciate my school district. Next week is a full week. I'm going to die. I'm not used to working a full week anymore. I'm either sick, somebody else is sick, or got something going on, or there's a holiday, or staff development, which I count as a holiday, kind of, because there's no kids.
That reminds me. So, my friend Boogers, she called me the other day,
okay,
and she was complaining about her sister not being home to watch the kids while she went to work. And I was like, wait, isn't it Thursday, though? Shouldn't they be in school? And she was like, oh, no, it's fall break. I was like, what the fuck is fall break?
Fall break. Dude. Yeah, I have words about this. Keep going.
She said that, and I was like, the fuck is fall break? She was like, everybody gets out for fall, and then they have Christmas, and then they also have spring break. And I said, no. Bullshit. No, we didn't. We had Christmas break, and we had spring break. We never got fall break.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, that's just the way it's always been here. And I was like, then Texas owes me some fucking weeks. Like a lot.
Where's here? Texas for
her state.
Oh, her state.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if she was somewhere else in Texas and they had a fall week, Well, actually, I think some school districts in Texas do have fall weeks.
So I live right around the corner from a school, elementary school. They got a fall break this past week.
I want a fall break.
I'm saying I am owed at least 10 fall breaks.
TA, what are you doing? You're just screwing us.
Anyway.
But yeah, I heard about fall break from another teacher who said that they had heard of somebody else having a fall break. And I'm like, what the fuck is a fall break? Do you mean Thanksgiving break?
Yeah, that's what I was like. You mean Thanksgiving? Because that is not fall break.
Yeah. It must be nice to have a fall break. How is that?
Yeah.
Must be fucking nice.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Though I did hear, too, that district might have gone in a week before us, so they got 1 week less of summer. I'm like, still, it'd be nice to break up the seasons.
Yeah.
Each of the seasons have a nice little break. That'd be nice.
It reminds me. So I guess Columbus Day isn't a thing anymore. I guess it's...
We did not have Columbus Day off.
Okay, well, other schools did.
Other schools did.
But I thought that they changed it so that it's not Columbus Day anymore. I thought it was called something else now.
Indigenous Peoples Day?
Yeah, is that right?
Sounds familiar. I don't know if I just made it up or if I...
Well, that's what somebody else said to me as well. And I was just like, oh, okay. Because what happened was it was a Monday and somebody was saying, oh, yeah, the kids aren't in school. And I was like, what? Oh, I know what happened. So my dad was also going to the bank, and he said the bank was closed. And I was like, it's a Monday.
For Columbus Day,
Yeah.
the bank was closed?
It's a federal holiday.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I was like, wait a minute. Is there and then I was like, wait, it's October. I was like, that's got to be Columbus Day. And he was like, oh, yeah.
Well, I would like another day as well.
These are just the things you don't think about when you're not in school, you know?
Yeah. What is going on, TEA?
TEA? The hell is this?
Texas Education Agency.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sounds like some bullshit. Because that's the T.
Obviously, because some of us are getting fall breaks and some of us are not.
Yeah,
that's some bullshit.
The T is spilling the tea. That was a dumb joke. All right. So the only thing that I did this week was I went and got my license plates for my new car.
Okay.
I think that's it. I really haven't done much.
I haven't either.
Watched The Exorcist.
Oh, yeah. We did that too. Just last night.
We're not going to spoil anything.
Yeah. For now.
Maybe tomorrow, though.
Go out and see it, though, for creepy season, spooky season. It's a good one, in my opinion. Did you think it was at least good?
I thought it was good up until the end, and then I hated the ending. But I will say, I've been kind of getting a refresher on some of the older scary movies and stuff, because I get on these, like, reaction channel things.
Yeah.
And I've been watching a bunch of different react channels react to, like, horror films.
Mm-hmm.
I saw somebody react to Paranormal Activity. I was like, oh yeah, the first one was really good. I forgot about that.
What year was that even?
2010? 2009?
I was in guess 11.
Yeah, somewhere around there. But then I watched someone watch Shaun of the Dead.
Okay.
Shaun of the Dead's good. It's not really a horror, but it kind of has some moments.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So, watching people react is fun, especially when they start crying. Oh, I know the other horror movie that I saw that somebody reacted to was Saw, the original Saw. And it was funny because she kept
during
hiding
the leg
her
scene?
face. The whole thing.
The whole thing?
Yeah, she kept hiding, like, behind her hands. She was like, oh.
I remember hiding behind my hands for the leg scene. And I remember thinking to myself, why, Carrie? Why? This is Carrie Ells, you know.
Yeah.
He's the Princess Bride guy.
Yeah.
The Men in Tights guy.
Yeah, man.
I couldn't do it.
The twist, I knew it was coming because I've seen the movie before. But then, like, after it happens in the reaction, it's funny because the two people were like, "Oh, hell no. He been playing dead the whole time?" He just been laying there for like 6 hours?
Spoiler alert.
That movie's like almost 20 years old now.
Yeah, man.
If you haven't seen it, I'm sorry that I was spoiling for you.
He's sorry, but not sorry. You should see his
Not
face.
at all. Not sorry at all. Anyway, should we get into it?
Yes, we should.
I feel like we've been bullshitting enough.
I don't know. Maybe just a little bit more bullshit.
Hit him with the intro, Tasha.
Welcome to What M Dreams. I'm one of your hosts, Tasha, and I'm here with...
that guy named Dustin.
And we're here to talk to you about dreams. Dreams, dreams, dreams. That was better. Last time I did it, I was off pitch.
Sure, last time.
Or maybe it was the time before.
Sure, just the time before. I'm kidding. You have a wonderful singing voice.
Well, thank you.
No, I was kidding about that.
I was waiting for it, too.
All right.
Come back.
So I know you said you had so many dreams.
I did.
I would like to hear all about them because I only had one that I can remember.
You suck.
A little bit, yeah.
Guess what? I don't remember them. But I recorded them.
Oh, okay, good.
Yes. Because I knew I wasn't going to remember them. So
Yeah.
I did it good.
Yeah, with mine, I read it. I wrote it down.
Chronicles of Riddick.
Jesus. I think I've had a stroke is what's happened.
Okay, one of them's pretty long, and one of them's shorter.
Okay.
Okay, now which one do you want to hear about? Okay,
all of them.
I named them this time. Usually I just have, like, dream journal and the date. Okay? I'm naming them. I'm trying this thing now where with my voice recordings. I'm going to name it with 3 words that kind of sum it up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so one of them's called Wedding Camper Chase.
Okay.
Oh, so ridiculous. That's the longer one. And the other one's called Hawaii Zoo Interactive.
Fucking always with the Hawaii.
No.
An interactive zoo, isn't that a petting zoo?
You would think, okay, but it takes a weird turn.
Oh, no. Okay.
Kind of. Yeah. It's
Right.
not what you expect, is what I'll say.
Well, I mean, we have to hear both of them at some point anyway, so just pick one and go.
I pick this one. Oh, I was recording outside.
Yeah, I can hear the
And
kids.
the kids are on the trampoline. So you're going to hear the kids in the background, probably. It is October 13th, 2023. And, yeah, I need to talk about these before I forget them. So, one dream I had was very short. And it was just me being very disappointed in something Julian did. I don't know what he did. But it was something mean. And I was just disappointed in him. So I just remember in the dream being like, Julian. And then shaking my head. And that's it. That's all I remember of that one. Okay, but a different dream that I had earlier this week was going to a wedding. Okay, this is the ridiculous one. I don't know what it is about me and weddings, but anyways. I was going to a wedding. I was all dressed up, and they had like a fancy venue for the wedding. It was like ballroom type-esque. And when you got there, you see all these, these tables set up for the guests. And so, yeah, a whole bunch of tables, white tablecloths. Everything looked fancy. The lights were dim. It was a big old area. There was candles and, like, the shebang of fancy dinner setups. The fancy white dinner plates with all the cutlery set, just right. And then, so I remember walking up to my table and being served a big old juicy steak. And the steak was too big for the plate, but it was
So it was hanging
delicious.
off the plate?
Yes. Like, I remember cutting into it. It was hanging off the plate. Being a tiny bit pink and very, very juicy. Like I said, it was too big for a regular sized plate to fit on it. So it was like hanging over the edges of it, and I was like, this is delicious.
I should have just waited to hear that.
Uh-huh. And later on in the dream, I remember meeting up with some of the family. I don't know whose wedding it was. I don't think it was mine. I think it was just someone I knew's wedding. Whoever's wedding it was, I was close with them. Close enough to be acquainted with one side of the family, the father side of the family, but close enough to also know that nobody likes the mother side of the family. I remember walking around, saying hello to guests like we do at Ernesto's family's parties. No.
So then who's mother and father?
The husband's.
Oh, okay. So yeah. The husband's father's side was great. The husband's mother's side, bunch of hoes.
I wouldn't go that far. Yeah, it was something. There was drama between the mother's side of the family and the groom's side.
Okay. Yeah, because I was confused. I was like, who's mother and father?
What the drama was, I never found out. I just knew that there was bad blood between the groom's mother's side and the groom's father's side. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Where you have to say hello to everyone that you know, as soon as you walk into the doors, you got to say hello, hi, shake hands or hug with everyone. Yeah, this is a common thing that happens at family get-togethers on this side of the family.
Oh yeah.
He's just got a huge family, and so every house party that you go to, I think it's considered rude. I've gathered over the years to not say hello to every single person.
Well, at least the host. I don't know if
every single person.
I'm saying as the host, it would be rude to say or to not say hello to people coming through the door.
I'm pretty sure it's every single person.
Has to say hello to everybody.
Yeah, guests who show up have to say hello to everyone who's already there.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
Considered rude. I thought so too, but I guess it's just a normal thing, and I might just be overreacting. Buddy, this is a weird detail to remember, but I remember that I came across one of my students there at the party for the wedding. She was all dressed up too. And I was like, what? You're related to them? And she's like, yeah, I'm related to them. And I was like, that makes us. And we were both like, cousins. Yeah, we're related. So we're like,
you're so excited that you both said cousins at the same time.
You know, family. And I teach her at high school. But anyways, that was silly. I remember too seeing her in my dream in the seat next to other family members. She's just sitting there in her nice little wedding, dress. Not wedding dress like she's getting married, but fancy dress. And her little hairdo up. And she's like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? It was just so cute.
Y'all both went, cousins.
Yes.
Probably screamed and jumped.
But pretty much. In the rest of the dream, I remember I was asked to give a gift to this is where it gets the groom's mother. And I knew, like I said, relations between whoever's getting married and the mother side of the family, including the mother, they were not so good for some reason. So I was asked to give a gift to the groom's mother side of the family, and nobody wanted to do it anyways, so I was trying to do it, and I just remember walking up to her and her being like, oh, I can't deal with this. And she got up and started walking away. So a big part of this dream was me chasing around this woman who was like avoiding me at all costs because she didn't want to talk to me in particular. Apparently we had a very bad relationship. So she was just like, she was a tiny blonde haired woman. I don't recognize her in real life. But that was weird. So it's just me chasing her through this wedding venue, like all over the place. Behind the stage, there was a stage. I was chasing her behind the stage, like, I just want to, why won't you stop? I just want to give you this gift. Why won't you just take the gift? And she was like, nope, I can't deal. And every time I turned a corner and she saw me, she's like, oh my God. And she starts heading off again. And I'm like, why won't you stop? By the way, I would never do this in real life. If somebody doesn't want to accept a gift, then fine, fuck them. I'm not giving them a gift. But anyways, that's besides the point. In the dream, I was chasing her around, up and down stairs, around corners, around back hallways, through the dance floor.
Jesus.
Just all over the place. And
it's
I never
too
did
much effort.
catch up to her until we were like in a secluded part of some weird building. It wasn't like a venue anymore. It was almost like maze, like camper. It changed. Camper. This is where it becomes a camper.
Do you realize that you've now become like a stalker in your own dream?
Basically.
Like, she's just looking over her shoulder going, get away from me. And you're like, no, I have to give you this.
Take this gift, damn it. She's like, no, I don't want it. And I'm like, you're going to take it. She's evading me at all costs.
Jeez.
It was a high-speed... No, it wasn't a high-speed chase because we weren't in cars. But, yeah, it was just a... You know, like those Three Stooges bits where they're chasing each other through doors. And, like, there's doors in the hallway.
Scooby-Doo, but yeah.
Oh, is that Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
I guess we didn't do that in Scooby-Doo. But, yeah, it was very much like that. And now, all of a sudden, it was not a wedding venue anymore. It was inside of a camper. That was a maze. It also had no exits, except for one.
Exits is what you said. Okay.
It had no exits.
Okay, it sounded like you said exits. And I was like, what the hell is an exit?
Exits.
Okay.
And so I was chasing her through this camper, and it gets darker and darker in this camper, and more creepy. And almost like horror-like, because there are shadows that are lurking. And I'm still looking for this goddamn woman. And I finally pin her down to, like, where the exit's supposed to be. But now I know the time has run out. Because all of a sudden there's a timer.
Because of course there is. Why wouldn't there be?
Midnight was the cutoff. And I barely did not make it. You know.
Is it a fucking mogwai? Do you get that reference?
No.
So, in Gremlins, you can't feed the Mogwai after midnight, or else he becomes a gremlin, or he, like, spawns gremlins.
Oh.
That's the little, Furby-looking thing. It's the Mogwai.
Oh. Yeah, no.
Sorry. I'm old.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway, you have to give her this gift by midnight, but...
Yeah, and at that point, there was no gift. I was trying to exit the camper by then, so... The gift's gone. Forget about the gift. I'm trying to leave this horror camper that's going to shut down on me and lock me inside.
So it became Saw.
Kinda, yeah.
Ridiculous.
It became like a nightmare feel, no escape room. So yeah, midnight strikes, and I know I'm locked in, and that woman is nearby, and she's like, laughing evilly. She's like,
oh. So now instead of you chasing her, she's chasing you.
Now you're trapped in here with me and the shadows. But the weird thing was, I wasn't I was near the exit, but the door had closed and locked. Imagine like a garage door that was fortified. It's closed and locked. And I knew there was no way out, but there was like a window-ish area that was like a foggy window, so daylight was coming through. So I was like, I'll just stay right here. It's not very dark right here, so I was just gonna wait.
This one spot.
Yeah, right here by the exit. And I was fine with that. And what is also weird is that now the woman was gone. She was somewhere in the shadows. The woman I had been chasing. But one of my coworkers was there. And also, here's a weird detail. The green desk that's in my living room was also in the room with us. with us. I say us because also one of my coworkers was there, and she crawled up onto the desk. It's a giant green computer desk with 6 drawers, 3 on either side, plus the pull-out trays on top of the drawers. They kind of like pull out to reveal, just trays to set drinks on or whatever. Anyway, so she pulls out those trays, and she curls up on one of them like a cat and goes to sleep. That's all I remember of that.
What an Alice in Wonderland fuck is this? Your coworker just turned into the Cheshire Cat.
Yeah. And what's so funny is that she meows.
Wait, she meows at work?
Just saying, I think that's why I dreamt her as a cat, because she admittedly meows at work to kids just randomly.
Wait a minute. Oh, dear Lord. It just hit me who you're talking about.
So, yes, you've met her.
Yeah.
She ended my dream. It was a nice, peaceful ending.
I mean, I guess.
And that was Wedding Camper Chase.
That would have been the most unsettling part of the dream for me.
I thought it was pretty calming in the dream.
I would have woken up because I had been like, what the fuck?
It's a little alarming thinking about being awake.
You think so?
Awake me is a little alarmed.
Jesus. All right. Well, I don't even know how we follow that up with anything. I mean, I'll try. My dream was really short and not at all entertaining like that. Because you know how, like, in stand-up comedy, you warm up the audience?
Mm-hmm.
You killed the audience. That's what happened. So now you're sending out the warm-up act.
Uh-huh.
It's not going to go well. But
yeah, I've set you up for failure.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So this is what I wrote. It's 6 lines. So I was escaping from some futuristic war camp.
Ooh.
And I had to sneak past a large group of people that were looking for me, and I used one of their flash bombs against them.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, like I took one of their flash bombs and I threw it like into the group of them, you know.
But okay.
And then anyway, I got past them and I found the armory and I got a hold of a giant laser. It's like a laser gun, but it's like a chain gun. You know what a chain gun is, right? Like
No.
like a minigun that it's the one that has like the thing that spins on the front. You know, like that, and then like it has a belt fed.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, but it was like for lasers.
How does that work?
It was just shooting a bunch of lasers real fast in a circle.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I snuck through what looked like an assembly plant, and then I woke up.
An assembly plant.
Yeah.
Is any of this akin to the game that you play?
No. It felt like Terminator more than anything else.
Huh.
Like I was in like the Terminator world, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't seen Terminator in like fucking years. So I don't know.
I haven't either.
I don't know what was going on with that dream. That's my sci-fi dreams that I, have all the time.
Yeah. It sounds like you're making a clean getaway.
Yeah, apparently.
You were successful with the flash bomb.
Yeah. I took it and I just chucked it in there. But so I can't remember if I had this as a dream or if it was a thing that happened and I just can't remember what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember having a conversation. And this could have happened on like Sunday or something, but it also could have happened in a dream. But I had this conversation with 2 other people and I said something funny and we all busted out laughing like hysterically for like a good 10 minutes. And I was like, was that in a dream or did that really happen? Because then I can't, like, I'm trying to remember who the conversation was with, and I'm like, I don't remember who it was with, because I know it wasn't with you guys, because the last conversation that I had where I made you laugh was on the podcast last week when we were talking about herring somebody.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe it was the guys I play, video games with. But then I was talking to them, and I was like, no, because it doesn't feel like I've talked to them in a week. So it must have been a dream.
You're losing it.
Yeah, I really think I am.
You're losing grip.
Yeah.
Yep.
My mind is gone. So is my body, though, so it's fine.
Man, I feel the same sometimes.
Yeah, man. I was talking to Fernando earlier, and I was like, I think maybe I'll make it to 42. Like, maybe that'll be the last, the last hurrah.
42, huh?
And then he looked at me and goes, how old are you now? I was like, 37. I was like, I know, I'm being generous.
You're ridiculous.
Sometimes.
Give me that box of tissues. Thank you.
You're not welcome.
I am.
By the way, I'm fucking pissed off because I convinced you to put stuff on Google Podcast because Stitcher was going away. And now Google is like, away. Nah, fuck you guys. And I'm like, what? But they said that they were going to move everything over to YouTube podcasts. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Maybe they'll have an actual thing set up for YouTube podcast. But
nothing yet.
No, they haven't done that yet.
It's probably in the works.
Well, that was my dream. So back to you.
Thank you, Dustin. I had another dream.
I felt like you were Tom, the Family Guy News.
That's what I was shooting for. It was the newscaster. Because you said back to you.
What's the weather like out there, Ollie? It's going to rain. Thanks, Ollie.
Okay, so my other dream that I had this past week or so is aptly titled in my voice recordings, Hawaii Zoo Interactive.
All right.
So that is.
I cannot wait to hear this.
Okay, it's the same day, October 13th. And I have another dream that I almost forgot to say. So I had another dream, I think it was last night, where I was on vacation, of course. And we were in Hawaii, of course. My family was there, of course. On top of my immediate family, which was Ernesto, my kids, my mom, my dad. My uncle and aunt were there, and some of my cousins. I don't remember who exactly out of my cousins were there, but I do remember someone was a baby. So one of my cousins had brought their babies, and she was like maybe one or two.
I don't know why you chose to say it that way.
Diapers, but pretty
what?
Big.
Someone was a baby.
Someone there was a baby. What the you want me to say?
I mean, the way you said it the second time is the normal way people would say that. Where someone brought their baby. But someone was a baby.
Who knows? It's somebody.
It makes it sound like someone that is not normally a baby is now a baby. Somebody who was normally 23 years old, for some reason, was a baby in this dream. That's what it made it sound like. Someone was a baby.
I mean, it was a strange baby. Yeah, it was a strange baby placed in my dream.
Like a Halloween mask with legs strange? Or like...
No, I mean, I've never actually met any of my cousin's babies, I don't think. Oh. Not when they were that young. Maybe I have. It's just been a long, long time. Okay, back to Hawaii Zoo Interactive. And this strange cousin baby.
Big enough to say some sort of words, so I think she might have been 2. But
that's
anyways,
a toddler. That's not even a baby.
So we're all in Hawaii.
She was still in diapers.
We're all staying in a house, like an Airbnb house.
Yeah.
And I remember
getting ready
to... No. It was taking forever for people to get ready, and it was pissing me off.
This has happened before.
So, yeah. I remember ending up having to change all the kids' clothes. Like, all the kids had to get into their daytime clothes, out of their PJs, and into daytime clothes. And I had to change the baby. So I was pissed off about that. And because nobody was helping. And then walking into the living room, and everybody was just hanging out, taking their sweet goddamn time. And I'm like, I'm about to leave. I'm just gonna go because this is Hawaii, and
Leave them
I'm
in
just gonna go
Hawaii.
take a nice little walk. And
Oh.
if anybody wants to join me, you can. And so I started heading out. On my way out of the house, it turned into like a maze of restaurants. So I never did a maze of, the back kitchens in restaurants, not like the actual restaurant.
Oh, okay.
So I was trying to find my way out so I can get onto the street in Hawaii and just take a nice little walk. Because I was in Hawaii. And I was wondering to myself, I wonder how close to the ocean we are. Maybe the ocean's pretty close. And maybe I can go, visit the beach. I don't know why I didn't know where the ocean was if I was vacationing in Hawaii, but whatever. So I finally make it through a maze of restaurant kitchens out onto the street into some other opening that led out of the house, and I see down a ways my family coming around the corner of a building. And I was like, yay, they are joining me for the walk finally. So I'll start walking onto, just a public suburban street in Hawaii. Didn't know where
No beach in sight, by the way.
Any beaches were. We were just walking randomly, taking a nice little
Middle of the
stroll.
island?
I guess.
Heading towards a park of some sort, and there was like live music playing, and that was nice.
Yeah, there was a bunch of street performers in like park-ish areas. And there was like in the street performers there were like dancers, like hula dancers. And there were some other street performers in a different area down a ways that were like fire dancers.
Oh, okay.
Like with the fire batons.
With all the twirling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they were performing also, so that was cool. And I think we kept going. And the more we walked, the more it wasn't a suburban street anymore. We were like in a zoo. Okay. So we were like in a zoo, but I knew it was still in Hawaii, so I was in a Hawaiian zoo. And we weren't walking anymore. Or we weren't walking towards a beach anymore. We were just walking around the zoo. And we ended up in a line. I didn't know what the line was for at first, but I knew it was for something interactive. And I knew it was kid-friendly. Supposedly.
Oh, okay.
So, all of a sudden I had about a dozen cousins, and also my own children, and Alice. My own small children, boys, and Dallas.
Yeah. So
they were all put in the line, and the adults, the grown-ups and me, stayed back. So the children could go do the fun interactive stuff. But they had to stand in line for it. And there was like a zigzag ramp upwards towards a door that was blocked off by a wall, like a fence. Behind the door, we didn't know what was. But we knew it was interactive. And how...
Time out. Why did you turn into Yoda? Behind the door, we didn't know what was.
I don't know. It just came out that way, okay? I think it's because I'm tired.
Okay.
Yeah, we had no clue what was behind the door, but we knew it was something interactive, and we knew it was supposed to be something kid-friendly. But nobody knew what it was. Like, not the kids, not the adults. And they were...
So you're just like, march to your potential doom, kids.
Yeah, pretty much. And the kids started getting, the kids started catching on to, like, they don't know what... Like, nobody knows what's behind this. They started getting scared. They started getting skittish. And so that, like, several of my cousins and my own kids started, backtracking, trying to come back towards us, who were standing in the back, not in line. And we were like, no, go. You're gonna have so much fun. Because how, like, zoos have, like, interactive things, like feed the giraffe or pet the hawk or poke a monkey. I don't know.
I don't think they have poke a monkey.
They got some shit like that.
Positive they don't have poke a monkey.
Like an anteater, something like that.
If they have poke a monkey, you're going to come back without a finger.
No, kid-friendly like that. Kid-appropriate.
Also, poke a monkey sounds like Pokemon. But
the longer they stood in this line, the more grown-ups started to realize that They were going to a lion interactive interaction.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
absolutely.
lions, literal lions. It was not a big deal in my dream.
Of course
Not at all. This is
why would it be?
completely normal for our children to be going to interact with grown lions. Kids were not okay with this. They're full panic mode.
So they understood.
Yeah.
The reality of the situation. But you're just like, no, it's a dream. It's fine.
Yeah, but you just line up by the door. You're good. You're going to have so much fun. No. That's all I remember of that dream.
Oh, okay. So there's no resolution.
No.
They're just still heading toward the lion.
Yes.
And you're
lions.
And you're like, it's fine.
Everything's fine. Yes.
Like, their big murder mittens won't do anything, I promise.
It's completely safe.
It's like, actually, I have seen a bunch of, like, those safari videos where, like, people are on those, like, safari carts.
Mm-hmm.
And lions will just get on the safari carts.
Yep.
And people just sit there the whole time.
Fuck all the way off with that.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, let's just keep filming. That's cool. We're hoping to catch the tiger or the lion attack on film. Is that why we're filming still?
No. That is fucking scary.
Yeah.
I would lose my shit if that ever happened. If the lion was that close to me.
I mean, if a lion was coming toward me, I would have shit myself. And if the lion jumped onto the tram, I would have had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Right then and there. Like, you know what? Fuck it. I soiled myself and I'm dead now. You can just push me off and feed me the lion. Because I'm dead. This is how you guys get away. Like, you just let it eat me and you guys leave.
Yeah, man. I don't see how they could be so calm in those.
No, and everybody's like, oh, it's so cute. And it's like, yeah, until it fucking decides.
Eat your face.
Just one swipe of its paw, and there goes your face. Or your intestines, or whatever it hits.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that reminds me of that fucking video with the guy walking the bear out of the little fenced-in area.
Oh my gosh. And it pawed him real good, too.
Yeah, I saw the one big line down it. But, I mean, kudos to that guy, right?
Yeah,
like, the cojones on him to just be like, nah, get out.
Yeah.
Let's go. Get out.
To this freaking 3-foot fence.
And that bear's like, okay.
I'll tell you what that fence was.
Yeah, it wasn't
4 feet.
It wasn't very high because
not going to stop a whole bear.
It barely came up to that dude's hip, basically. And the dude just like the bear walked out too.
Yeah,
the bear walked out and left. Like he was like, "Oh man,
you sure? You sure? All right."
I didn't know I wasn't invited to the family reunion.
That was wild.
I was just here for the cookout, y'all.
But I guess I'll go.
I think I saw the video that was done with the dubbing over it.
Oh, I haven't.
Oh my god, that dude's so funny too.
It's hilarious.
Because she's like, "Fuck you, Randy." I wasn't even doing nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it must not have been his first bear interaction.
No. And that bear, it must not have been his first interaction with people. Because he was just like, all right, I'm out.
I guess this guy's your leader.
Yeah.
This guy.
And he was like, I may leave, but I'm going to make sure you remember me for the rest of your life.
Get you in the side, goddamn. All right, now I'll go. Gashed him good, too. He did not even barely react to that.
No, I know.
Crazy.
Way lesser extent, my fucking dog is such a fucking asshole. Like, and he talks back. If you tell him no, he just goes, oh. And you're like, don't you fucking talk back to me, you little shit.
German Shepherd?
He's part German Shepherd, and they said part Lab. I don't know.
Okay.
But, like, you wave your finger at him, and he'll try to bite it. And then, like, he'll sit there and bite at my toes. Like, in the morning, I get up, and, like, I'm not wearing shoes or anything. You know, I'm walking through the kitchen, and he's just... I guess he's mad that I'm not paying attention to him. Because I'm on my way to the restroom or whatever, and he's just sitting there trying to bite my toes so that I can't get past him.
He's being a little shit.
And then I'm like, Nico, knock it off. And he's like, oh. oh. I'm like, the fuck, bro?
Yeah, he sounds like a little shit.
He is. But
That's funny.
this morning, I got him, though, because he was attached to my pant leg.
Yeah.
And, like, he was holding on to it. And I was like, all right, I'm going to throw water on you. And he didn't believe me, I guess, because he's still holding on to my pant leg. And I just kind of slowly pulled him over to the sink. As soon as I got to the sink, though, he let go and ran away. I didn't even have to turn the water on. He was just like, oh, fuck. All right, my bad.
Dogs.
Yeah, he's an asshole. And this motherfucker, my parents have taken to, when they give him a treat, they give him one of those, like, hard, like, milk bone-like things, but they call it a cookie,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Because they're fucking dog people. He goes over, he knows where the fucking dog treats are. And as soon as he's, like, done with anything, he'll run over to where the dog treats are, and he'll sit there, and he'll, like, look at it, and he'll look at you. Like, yeah? You gonna give me one of these? And we're like, no, you don't need a fucking cookie, you piece of shit.
What's he say to that? Does he talk back?
Oh.
It's funny.
I mean, if he knew English, I'm sure he would cuss me out a lot. Because that's what it feels like.
It might be. Yeah, he needs those little speak buttons that dogs have.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Fuck off. Yeah, he's an asshole.
I wonder how I get along with my dogs.
Probably not well.
Mm-hmm.
Your dogs are well behaved. He's not. So I can't figure out how to get him to not jump up like onto the, like, he doesn't jump fully onto the cabinets, but he puts his front paws on the cabinets to try and get things.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't figure out how to get him to stop doing that. Because I've tried everything, short of like beating him within an inch of his life, you know, because I'm not a fucking animal. Well, I mean, I'm kind of an animal, but you know what I mean. You know?
Yeah.
Like, the other day, he was on the stove. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? You fucking idiot. You're gonna hurt yourself. It's like the stove's gonna be on one of these times, and you're just gonna go,
And then,
yeah. And I think that's what we need to do, is just leave the fucking stove on. So
he's
oh,
got
shit.
the hard way.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Electrify the cabinets. So oh, okay. Yeah.
Maybe not that. Yeah, that might work.
But part of it is that, so when my mom makes his dinner, she puts it in a bowl on the counter, and then like she starts mixing everything together, and he stands up right next to her with his front paws on the counter, and he rests his head and he watches as the food's being made, drooling the whole fucking time, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's just like, oh, that's for me. That look good. And then she like lets him lick the spoon for like the mixing, and I was like, oh, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's a plastic spoon, but you know, still, it's.
He sounds spoiled.
He is.
Will he run out the front door?
Probably.
Oh.
He loves going for a walk, though.
No man.
He's full of energy. He's not even a year old yet, so.
Phew.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still a pup.
Yeah. We don't let him in the living room very often. But if I do, he jumps right up on the couch and like comes right over to me and starts licking the top of my head.
I did not expect that to be the ending. I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say, and he rests his little head on my lap, or
No.
he lays on his back and does the cute little.
No, he doesn't do that.
Plop flops. He looks at the top of your head.
He sits up, and I'm like, all right, man. I mean, I don't have any hair up there, so I don't know what you're doing. Yeah.
You're a fucking dog, dude.
Yeah. So you know how big German Shepherds are.
Uh-huh.
You know, he's probably a little smaller than what Blue is, right? And he got up on the couch the other day, and he tried to climb on the back of my neck. Like, he was up on my shoulder, and he was trying his best to just, like, climb behind my head. I was like, what are you doing? You fucking mountain goat, get off me.
Yeah. Blue did some weird shit before she got preggers.
Yeah.
She is now pregnant. Probably due in the next 3 weeks, but before she was pregnant, she'd do the whole mountain goat jumping. Like I would be sitting on the edge of the couch or whatever, and she'd do a whole mountain goat prance right behind me, and then mountain goat prance right down back on the floor. So from floor to couch to floor.
So
In like a millisecond.
yeah.
Like you blink and you wouldn't see it. The bitch is fast. Not now, but she was.
Yeah. So what are y'all gonna do with the puppies anyway?
Probably gonna try and sell them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you can't sell them right off because.
Yeah. That's how we did with Circle's puppies.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then we kept one.
Nabu. Yeah.
I still don't see her, and I still thought she would not sell.
she's a good dog.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
minus 1 foot.
Well, I mean that doesn't make her not a good dog.
No. So she's like a dog minus a foot.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. She's still a good dog.
She's 5/8 of a dog.
Yeah. She runs fast as shit too.
Oh yeah. Dogs are resilient about that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't give a fuck.
Though she milks it
Yeah.
when she's in trouble, or if she does something wrong, then she's Mrs. Limps a lot.
Yeah, she makes it look like, oh, feel bad for me.
I'm a sad, pitiful little.
Yeah.
I can barely walk.
I'm but a little wretch. I'm a legless wretch. Please have pity on my soul.
Yeah, she runs fast as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, he was saying she was chasing rabbits.
Yeah. Damn near caught some. Damn near. Don't know what she'd do with it. I think she would just, get close enough to touch it and then run away. So
Yeah.
they're chicken like that. They're all bark. No bite.
That's how my big dog used to be. We had a dog named Sebastian.
Mm-hmm.
This dog, big dog, about as big as what Bruce is, but because he was so fluffy, he looked bigger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this motherfucker, he came in the house a lot. If somebody else came in, somebody he didn't know, he would go and stand behind my mom or me or my dad, whoever was in the room. He would stand behind them and then bark. He wasn't protecting anybody.
Yeah.
He was just get him.
I got your back. I'm right here.
Or he was you're lucky they're holding me back. It's
tag me in if you need me.
Yeah.
But don't really. Don't
Right.
do that.
Yeah, don't do that. I don't like that. And also, I don't know how he learned if you said like that at him, that he was in trouble. Because I swear, you could just go no matter whether you were talking to him or not, and he would get up and leave the room. He was like, oh, I don't know what I fucking did, but okay, I'm leaving. I know it must have been wrong. My bad. He was a good dog.
Yeah, there's no bad dogs.
I don't know. That one I got at the house right now. He's a bad dog. A lot. But yeah, we've had a lot of dogs over the years. I mean, I've been alive for 37 years, and I've had a dog for 36 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we've had a lot of dogs too. I don't know how many I've had. All right.
Yeah, we got way off. Yeah, we got way off topic.
Talking about dogs.
Your dream ended, and then it reminded me of something about. All right, so you got another dream?
Maybe just one.
Eating dream.
Yeah, man. I don't see how you've never eaten in a dream then.
I don't think I've ever eaten in a dream.
Not that you remember. I eat so much in my dreams.
I have ridiculous shit happen in my dreams, but never any food.
A lot of times it's buffet. And it used to be, I'm pretty sure we talked about this in the podcast before, where I'd go to a grocery store and I know it's a dream because I'm lucid dreaming, and I just take shit off the shelves and start eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think I've ever even...
Take this, and I'll take this.
Like, I know this is a gross generalization. Okay, you know what? I take that back. I do remember the dream that I did have that I saw food in. Because I was going to say, like, I don't think I've ever seen food in my dreams. But I just remembered that on this podcast, I've told that dream about the bag of frozen spaghetti.
Oh, yeah. Spaghetti.
Yeah. But that's the only dream that I can remember currently.
Yeah.
That had any kind of food in it.
Yeah, so much of my dreams are food. A lot of times it's Asian food. Sometimes it's food truck. I'm just a food gal. I just love foods.
Well, you were telling us that first, like, lucid dream that you had that was like a Candyland almost.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I guess my lucid dreams have been founded on food. I don't associate dreams without food, maybe.
Maybe.
Interesting thought.
I don't know. My shit's always like, oh, sci-fi or ghosts or whatever. Do you have any more?
Nope.
All right. Well, I guess we're on to recommendations.
Recommendations.
All right. So, because it's October, I'm going to go with something slightly spooky, but not really, because it's for kids. But Nightmare Before Christmas. Duh. Such a good movie.
Why haven't we thought of that before?
I don't know. I was literally just thinking about it the other day because I was like singing some of the songs.
Mm-hmm.
I saw somebody do Jack's Lament.
Oh my gosh.
That's one of my favorite songs.
Yes, and I just found out who the original Sally was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never knew. I don't know why I never known this.
But and then after I saw that, I was on TikTok and I saw somebody talking about Oogie Boogie, and I was just like, oh man, I gotta watch that movie again. But yeah, so it's stop motion animation picture about a guy who is like the king of Halloween Town, but he's tired of all the same thing all the time, all the Halloween stuff, all the scary stuff. He wants something different. So, and he stumbles upon Christmas Town. And then so now he's decided he wants to try and do that for the Halloween Town. It's very good.
Yes. Yes, it is so good. Such a classic.
It is a musical.
And
sort
Burton.
of.
Tim Burton.
And it's Tim Burton. And all the music was done by, what is that guy's name from Oingo Boingo? Danny Elfman.
Oh, yes. Danny Elfman. Do you know who Sally was?
I mean, it's not coming to mind, but I do know. But who is it?
Catherine O'Hara.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I had no clue. I should have known this years and years ago. But yeah, I had come across a video online of the original Sally versus covers of Sally's song.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like Billie Eilish covered it. And
oh, I didn't know that.
Next to her picture was a picture of Catherine O'Hara at the microphone. I was like, Catherine O'Hara? Catherine O'Hara? Let me look into this. And apparently it was Catherine O'Hara. Who sang?
Amy Lee from Evanescence also covered it.
Mm-hmm. Korn has covered a song. Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, Kidnapped the Sandy Claus. Marilyn Manson, I think, has done 2.
Ooh.
Because I know he's done What's This? Or not What's This? This is Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've heard 2 different versions of What's This? One by Fall Out Boy and one by, was it Panic at the Disco? I don't think so. It was somebody else. Anyway, both of them really good, though.
Mm-hmm. I bet. They're such catchy tunes.
Oh, yeah.
Very memorable characters. Oh, I was going to say, funnily enough, Catherine O'Hara was nervous about, because I watched a couple of interviews with her. After I found out it was Catherine O'Hara, I went down a rabbit hole of Catherine O'Hara and singing Sally's song and recording. Anyways, she She was in an interview talking about how she was nervous about singing for Sally's song because she's not the greatest singer, in her opinion.
Yeah.
And she's like, she justified it by saying that Sally wasn't like completely all together herself.
Right.
You know, since she was a patched up character. So she's like, so her voice probably wouldn't be that good anyway.
Although it was.
I loved it, yeah.
Yeah. That's another great song from that soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So definitely check that out if you haven't. You are missing out.
Yeah, and you don't need kids to watch it. I don't have kids. I watch that every year.
Yeah. You don't need kids.
It's Disney also. I mean,
watch it.
So what do you got?
Okay. I'm going to recommend a film that is not for children. It is called Hereditary. I believe it's considered a folk horror. I'm into folk horror. But this one starts off with the matriarch of a family passes away. So it follows along with the matriarch's daughter and her grandchildren. And they're trying to live with the passing of that mother. And also, there's other things that happen that they're also trying to live with. I don't want to reveal too much, but it is terrifying.
I've heard.
It's got one of the most terrifying scenes ever. And also, especially if you're a mother. So, definitely check it out if you love the spooky, scary, I almost said skeletons, like being freaked out. This one will get you if you're a mom. It's going to scare you. For sure. So, definitely check it out for spooky season.
Yeah, I keep wanting to see that, and I keep forgetting.
It's got one of the most horrifying scenes ever.
Yeah. Toni Collette's in that, right?
Toni Collette is in there. She's excellent in everything she does. She can do no wrong. She does the creepy so well.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe not the creepy, but the traumatic she does really well.
Yeah. She has a face for it.
I'd say she has the acting skills. But...
I was just joking.
Anyway, so yeah, check it out. Hereditary.
I have to hit you with a second one. I'm sorry to do this to you. So this is not for everybody. Kids can watch this, but most of them aren't going to want to because it's in black and white. But
Frank and Winnie?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. This is an old movie. 1948 to be exact. If you haven't seen Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, you have to watch that movie. It's hysterical. So it's two guys. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the Abbott and Costello things. One guy who's short and fat, one guy who's tall and thin. Kind of like Laurel and Hardy type, characters. And they're working as bellhops at a hotel. And one of the guys that comes in asks them to take a couple of huge crates for him into his wax museum. So they do, but it's supposed to be Frankenstein's monster, Dracula, and they have the Wolfman who's been calling them, telling them not to take those crates in. Yeah.
So is this like slapstick?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But it's like thrown in some like horror vibes because of the characters that are in it. But I'm telling you, it is some of the most ridiculous comedy you'll ever see.
What's it called again?
Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
All right. So for the spooky season, for spooks and giggles, check it out.
All right. Spooks and giggles. Okay.
Spooks and giggles. I thought it was clever. It was clever.
It was something. Okay.
Hit us with the outro, Dustin.
Dun, dun, dun.
Thank you, Little Dreamers, for listening.
Little Dreamers is our $5 Patreon subscription tier.
Listen to us on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts until 2024.
Thanks for that, Google.
Sirius, Pandora, and YouTube, with YouTube Music and Apple Podcasts coming soon.
You can find us on our socials at TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere else that you think of social media.
Also, email us your dreams at whatmdreams@gmail.com so that we can hear from some of
what you have dreamt about. And, we might judge you harshly. I don't know. We'll see.
We will. But also it'll be fun, so it's cool. Thank you again for listening. Bye.
Bye. Forever.
No, never.
So you really have never seen Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein?
I don't think I've ever seen any of the black and white films. Is it silent?
No. Of course it's not. What? It's 1948.
Oh.
I said that. Anyway, there's a scene where they've brought the coffin in that Dracula's supposed to be in,
Mm-hmm.
And there's a sign on it, and he starts reading it by himself, and it's dark in there. So he's reading it, and the other guy goes out, and as he's reading it, the coffin lid starts opening behind him, and you can just hear, and he stops, and he's just like, he looks over, and it closes real quick.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps doing that for a little while, and then at one point, he sets the candle on the thing, and he's kind of leaning on it, and when it opens, he's sitting there like this, and he sees it open in front of him, and the candle slides down toward him, and he's like, and then finally he just yells, "Ah, Jack," because that's the guy.